Cuba, it's me, episode 45 of the W.I.L.L.I.W show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. Now today, I wanted to talk about the best feud I've ever been involved in. Now there's been 3 or 4 good ones, but without a doubt, the best one was that's me, I'm Elian, versus Jessy the Sport Jones, King of Canada, the Sports Generation. He's got a lot of different monikers. Well, from about 2001 to 2004, we've faced each other in a lot of matches on several different independent promotions in Ontario. And then not only that, I wrestled Eddie Osborne a lot, and he always managed Eddie Osborne, and he cost me quite a few matches. So we already had bad blood. Then, 2005, July, in Goderich, Ontario, was PWA's first show, and we were set to face each other. Now, the stipulation for this match was if I won, I got to take control of the Sports Generation, and if he won, he would get my citizenship, like my passport, basically. He would control me and be like my owner. So the match went on, and I believe this one's on YouTube. Jesse's got a lot of footage. Apparently, he's going to produce a documentary on this, because he's got almost the entire feud. But anyway, so we're wrestling, having a decent match, and I start getting the better of Jessy Jones near the end here. And this, what a dastardly guy, gets a chain when the ref's not looking, and I went to jump off the top rope, and he punched me in the head with this chain, and the ref did not see it, so he pinned me and got my citizenship, which was totally unfair because he used an illegal weapon. So therefore, I was now under Jessy Jones' control and a member of the Sports Generation, whether I liked it or not. If I wanted to wrestle and stay in Canada, I had to do what he says. So the first thing he does is makes me raise his hand and hold open the ropes for him. Okay, so the next show that we were wrestling at, I wrestled Shawn Spears to claim the first ever PWA Internet Championship. Now, Shawn Spears beat the hell out of me in this match, and I was very sore, but somehow, someway, I squeaked out the win with a crucifix, catching him by surprise, and I got the pin. Now, immediately after this, Jessy Jones makes his way to the ring, he saunters out there, and he tells me that I must give the Internet Championship and forfeit to him, otherwise he will send me back to Cuba. Now, I love Cuba, that's where I'm from, but I wanted to stay in Canada and do wrestling. That's what I love the most. And so, very reluctantly, I handed over the title to him. So then, after that, I would wrestle matches. I would try and come out and clap the fans with the hand, or clap hands with the fans, but he would get Paul Wright to be like my babysitter, and him or Paul would grab me away from the fans and wouldn't let me have any fun, and it's supposed to be fun. So, and then, plus, like, whenever he was scheduled to defend the Internet title, he'd always make me do his dirty work for him, and if I wasn't wrestling on behalf of him, then he would try and cost me the match. So it was just quite it wasn't a great time for me. I was wrestling some good matches, but I wasn't able to do it on my own the way I liked it, being forever under the evil thumb of Jessy Jones. So this went on for quite a while. And then finally, Jessy just kept pushing me and doing things that I didn't believe in. And then one time, he got to pick whoever he would want, anyone that was on the PWA roster, to fight him for his Internet Championship, which I won for him, and he picked the referee, JC3. Now, this didn't really sit well with me, but what was I going to do? So he beat up the poor referee, and it was not very fun. So basically, then he decided, oh no, Elian, you're going to beat up the referee. Well, I didn't like that one bit. So, basically what happened was, I beat up the referee, but Jessy Jones slapped me because I just didn't want to continue beating him up. Jessy Jones slapped me across the face so hard, my ears were ringing. So basically, I thought, you know what? I hit my finishing move at the time on the referee, and then when Jessy was not looking, I put the referee on top of me, and the other referee counted the 1, 2, 3, and therefore the referee became the PWA Internet Championship. Jesse Jones was furious. He got Paul to stuff me in the trunk, and he deported me back to Cuba, where I was gone for a couple of months. And I always wanted to come back. Finally, I got a call from the PWA commissioner. That's right, Joe Dog Halem. And he said, Elian, I want to bring you back into the country. So he paid for my passport and citizenship. And then Jesse Jones beat the referee up in the return match and won the title back. And he thought that was it. It was a quick match. And then Joe Dog informed him that he was not done for the night. He had one other surprise competitor that Jesse Jones must face. And that's when I made my triumphant return, finally able to do it on my own, solo, and finally get my revenge on Jesse Jones. And I beat him for the Internet Championship that I never got to hold, that I won in the first place. So this is part one of the feud between me and Jesse Jones. That's how I put up with him and all of his nonsense. But then finally, I would go on to beat him for the title and get my revenge. Now after this, we had a bunch of matches and quite a lot of some really gruesome matches, in fact, because we just had such a hatred for each other and we battled back and forth over the title. But that will be part two. This is part one of the Jesse Elian feud. There's a lot of videos of it. Like I said, he's going to be making a documentary. I have had some other really good feuds, but this one, without a doubt, stands out to me as the best. So I want you to remember, like, or you get a leg drop. Comment, or you get a clothesline. Subscribe, or you get a suplex. This is episode 45 of The W.I.L.L.I.W Show, which stands for Wrestling is Life. Life is Wrestling. I'm your host, Elian Habanero. I love wrestling. Cuba!